What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Don't forget to say rabbit, rabbit as we start this month of February. It's a short month, of course, but this is a powerful month, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shifts taking place. We just came off a new moon in Aquarius. There are new beginnings that you have never thought of taking place in your life, especially with the squares to the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus and Taurus, that have been taking place. Oh yeah, there's a lot. And with all the Capricorn energy of Mars, Venus, which is starting to move forward now in direct motion, Mercury getting ready to station on Thursday the 3rd, or for some places it'll be the 4th. And even Pluto coming to 27 degrees, which we have never lived through Pluto at 27 degrees of Capricorn. So we are in uncharted waters. We're in uncharted air because we're in Aquarius season fully now. And that moon will start off the day with Saturn. The sun is approaching a conjunction with Saturn. And with all the Capricorn in the chart, this is a time of getting the work done, dedicating, finding your integrity, your highest character, but of your most unique self, of a higher alignment of yourself. This is connecting the dots of why we came here and what we came here for. This puts a lot of power in our individual. This puts a lot of power in our collective. So this is definitely a time to start doing the necessary things, especially with the Capricorn. And Mars here in Capricorn is coming to 6 degrees, and it's getting ready this week to sextile over to Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter's at 7 degrees. There's really abundant good luck right now in taking a risk to move higher in your life. You have to do the work to figure out what that is in your life, but you know that there's something better. I think we can all feel that there's something more and there's a bigger purpose. Today is about really finding that purpose. And as the sun finishes at 12 degrees, which radically shifted our beliefs with this new moon to a different timeline. We're feeling timeline shift. We're feeling old programs dissipate and figuring out how we can take the parts of the program that we learned and lived and move them into the next one. And with the sun coming to that 13th degree, this makes a net 4. It's a very Uranian time to be alive right now. It's a very Uranian day. Moon's going to be in Aquarius. It's going to finish up at just about 26 degrees of Aquarius for today. It's going to semi-square over to Mars. It's going to get close to that semi-square to Venus. It will semi-square Venus by the end of the night. And Venus and Mars are getting closer. So I was born with my Aquarius moon semi-square my sun in Capricorn. And if there's one thing I can tell you about that semi-square, it's that there's a reluctancy to break out. There's a reluctancy from that semi-square from Capricorn to Aquarius to break some rules in life, to almost create the rules in your life, to be the boss of your life. From a more, really it's about the individuated person. So a lot of us are stepping into much more individuated power, and we're seeing maybe a purpose or starting to see where the universe is starting to drop these breadcrumbs, because Jupiter at 7 degrees of Pisces, I mean, this is a divine degree, a master degree of Pisces here with Jupiter, one of the rulers of Pisces, present at that spot. These are major miracles that come through, but this is a time of also compassion and surrender and unconditional love. And we have to give that to the world, but we have to, first of all, be able to forgive ourselves and let go of a lot of the heavy weight that we carry as we are starting to transition into where these new beginnings are going. It's also a new Chinese zodiac year. It's a new lunar new year. We're in the water tiger now. So there's new beginnings upon new beginnings and shifts of energy that we have not felt yet. And I think it's very exciting. I think that Aquarius energy is exciting, and there's something about the edge of reality here, because we are going past Saturn into Aquarius, and it's very Uranian and 4, net 4 with the sun. There's this edge of this rebellious nature to become a revolutionary in our lives. And maybe it's not on a grand scale, but maybe it is that grand scale within ourselves that we're starting to surrender to and kind of see where the divine and where God is taking us. But when we get that call, it reminds me of the judgment card that just shows up in my mind in tarot. we're getting this great call and we need to rise up to the occasion. So there is this energy that's like, let's go forward and rise up to the occasion. Let's go step up to the next level. But we got to be easy on ourselves, and we got to break things down that don't make sense. So we're breaking down parts of our world today that are not clicking, that don't have dots connected, so that we can fully connect. And we have to be a little bit non-attached. It's a very powerful time to be non-attached right now, to be objective in life. There's a lot going on in the world. We can get sucked into so many things. A good example is the convoy in Canada. I love it. But at the same time, I can't get attached to that kind of thing. Like, I can't get attached to anything, because the moment we give too much energy to any one thing that isn't of what we're actually doing to create life right now. So there's one aspect, like if you're going to those things and you're putting your energy in, like that's a full connection. That's not a bad thing by any means, but we have to also take a step back and disconnect and really tap in, because we're so connected right now to other energy that we can't see. What we'll call it your guides, call it your higher self, call it God, the universe. We're so tapped into this right now that we want to use this great genius and start putting in the plan of where it's going to go. And it could take a little bit of contemplation, but there's also this genius that's coming through right now, and you have to trust your genius and not suppress it as we're starting these new dedications in life. And we're closing out things that we thought we were dedicated to as well. With the sun balsamic with Saturn here, getting ready to conjunct this week in Aquarius. I remember last year when the sun conjuncted Saturn was when I decided to do a membership, on my website, and I left YouTube. So I went and was selling my horoscopes, and I had people that joined, and I put the content out there, but I wasn't reaching as many people as I wanted to. So I felt like I just wasn't doing a full service to my job, because I wasn't hitting enough people with my message. So I made a decision in the opposition point with the sun in Leo that I was going to come back to YouTube, and my whole life has changed since I made that decision. So we reach these points with the Saturn cycle where we have to make choices on what's aligned with our highest path, what's aligned with the things that we really want to pursue in life. So we're starting to feel that right now. We don't want to be attached to too much that we're not really into. You really got to check your heart here. I mean, this is the sun in detriment in Aquarius. We can get so tied up in the collective, and in society, we have to remember our own light and our own uniqueness and our own courage to push through blocks, and to also keep a steady footing, and to keep going, and to keep hustling for the things that are showing up with that divine beauty and with that love that we want to see in our lives. If we're not seeing the love, is it worth connecting to? So we have to check ourselves. This is a big checkpoint in the year when we get Sun Saturn, because we're either dialed into our mission or we're straying from the path. And that's where you can start to see things start to fall apart and not click. We're not hitting the right puzzle piece in the right spot here, or we're down to one last puzzle piece and we can think it's missing. There's a reason that it's missing. It's because we have to look somewhere we haven't looked. So where have we not looked in life if we're not seeing the physical show up in the way that we want it? We want to pay attention to that, and we want to not be attached to outcomes in a way that messes with our emotions. We have to be emotionally a little disconnected right now. And that's where we're going to actually be able to really connect into other energy and other realms and our higher versions of ourselves and our angels and our guides, and get this really powerful look into our futures that we want to put one step in front of the other. It's a little weird with Mercury stationed and about to come direct, because we're a little stopped. It's like kind of intense with our mind. We've had to back play a few things, retract a few steps in our life, but we're getting ready to seeing where we need to cover the trail next. What is showing up next? So we're at a very powerful time as we come into this month. And on this Tuesday, on a Mars day, with Mars sextile Jupiter, there's definitely miracles out there, but you have to put in the effort to get the miracle. And you kind of want to be this well-oiled machine for the future you want to create, that's aligned with your destiny, that's aligned with, it just keeps nonstop coming through. I'm like, I don't want to say it again, but Your higher self is coming through very hard, very strong, very powerfully right now, to have you kind of like take a disconnection from the ego and not attach to these outcomes or these desires that we so physically want, and to take this higher look at where your life is right now and how you can connect to the best one and the frequency that you want to be on. I hope you all have a beautiful Tuesday. I have my lunar return today. 6th house. So, if I thought I haven't been working a lot over the last couple weeks, it looks like I'm going to be working a lot more, which is cool because I'm a 10th house Capricorn and I kind of like that. Hopefully I don't stress myself out to death. I got the moon card reversed today. So we can't be avoiding change because we're overly attached or we're in our subconscious. Maybe we need to actually get more into our subconscious and get out of sort of the ups and downs of our reality right now and really tap into what's hidden beneath the surface, what's unseen. Because the moon reverse to me almost reminds me of like, well, it's supposed to be a full moon, but we just came off a new moon, but the moon's not there. What are we looking so hard for, but it's not there in life? And why aren't we checking the places in life that we haven't looked? And why are we avoiding the change that we know is going to make things better? Is it because of some fear? Is it because like we're worried that some creepy crawly is going to get us if we don't kind of break out and make change? We're making some of the biggest little tweaks to our life right now that are altering timelines and the future. And today that can feel like, wow, I'm doing something today that is really changing course from what I thought, or it's doubling down on what you know and feel within your soul is of your highest purpose. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, and I will see you for tomorrow's horoscope, which will be Wednesday tomorrow. Much love. Peace.